We got ourselves team 2 with Atham, man, with Daedra in the back. We got ourselves Tendril. You guys swapped somebody out just now. Chrysler in the back as well as Obliv. What'd you guys swap out? Because Tendril wasn't part of the team before. Tendril. Is it the same Tendril in the Horde? We got ourselves Sprites damage, Esprit's damage with Grot Lisa. Whoa, I like the Mog. We got Grot Lisa. We got ourselves Necros with Nithel. And going to be first up, Rogue Slick Trick versus Chrysler. Getting that Succubus CC catch pretty early on. Oh, I'm swapping to wrong people completely. Big Handsball coming down with an Infernal into a stun Cataclysm after Slick. Oh my god! Oh my, what just happened? Chrysler just wiped it. This rogue didn't even have a chance to play. Cheat death! He didn't kill them through cheat death. What? Oh my, what just happened? Well, Netho is going to be up next as a Frost. DK getting slammed with it. One cancel, but maybe a second one. Does he have an answer for this one? Turning to the Succubus to get those death strikes, which is value. Going to be a fear for Chrysler. Getting... Oh. And the second one goes down. It's only been a minute, Chrysler. Unless you're trying to go for like a speed record, you better go. You're a little behind. You want to beat the 4 minutes. Looks like Grot Lisa looking for a bit of that honor duel from afar. Doesn't get too close to Chrysler. Goes for like an honor duel, a bit of a nice gentle bow. But he's going to try to get some damage in. It's going to get the DPs rolling to Chrysler. Silence comes out. Is that going to be Succubus CC to follow? Looks like Chrysler does not go for Succubus CC. Might should look for his own health. I think that was a Warlock Hellstone just now. That's going to be a stun onto Chrysler. It's going to go for a bandage onto the pet from Grot Lisa with a fear right after. It needs some more damage. Going to be reflect available. Mind Blast get reflected back to Grot Lisa. Chrysler needs to go for a Mortal Coil. Doesn't have a Mortal Coil. Fear. Grot Lisa I think might have him. Chrysler just leaves. Okay, Chrysler, you come in and you're just going to like one-shot a couple people? And as soon as Chrysler isn't one-shotting somebody, he leaves? Is that like some kind of a cheesy play he's got going on or something? Oh my goodness. Or maybe Succubus did something weird. Gonna be Daedra up next as another Warlock on team 2. Trying to get the damage up and running under Grot Lisa. Trying to get a Tyrant rolling. Grot Lisa is gonna bail out of there. Stun around the corner. Looks like the Tyrant is still gonna get a cast or two. Looks like the Tyrant is able to cast through the wall for a second. Did that Tyrant just cast through a wall one cast? That's going to be a lot of damage to Grot Lisa. Get interrupted. I don't know if he can do much about it. That's a lot of damage to run it, but that's the thing. He might be going down here unless he can somehow heal. Greater Fate available. Trying to get a Shadowman up and running. Mind control Daedra at the last second. The peasant's still beating up on him. And Daedra forced to run out of there. Daedra needs to kind of reorganize himself all over again. Get the pets up and running versus Grot Lisa. Had a really, really good play. And because of he's playing the Shadow build of Warlock, he needs kind of like an all-in wombo combo. And he had the all-in wombo combo. What is fear? It's like making you walk around these pillars. You're Spider-Man in these pillars around, man. What's going on? Miles Morales shit going on right here. Gonna get interrupted on Grot Lisa on Shadow while they are in Void form. Grot Lisa got a lot of damage available here. That's going to be Void Bolts, lots of DPs on the Daedra. Can even set up all those dots and DPs on the pets if he wants to. With a Succubus C for a second, Daedra trying to go for a Drain Life while Wall is up. Grot Lisa goes in for Focus Asteroid Beam. Actually doing quite a bit of damage. The Shadow Pits actually sometimes play Focus Asteroid Beam just to make sure they get interrupted on that ability. And then they go in for a bunch of their damage. Big Tyrant available. Mind control trying to come out. Going to be interrupted onto Grot Lisa. Does he have a Disperse for available? He does have a Disperse very, very soon. The Tyrant isn't doing the most amount of damage. Grot Lisa still decides to go for Disperse either way. Stun onto Grot Lisa. The Tyrant is going to be down. That's a lot of damage that just couldn't really be. And Daedra this time didn't have this whole pet army. It feels like with the way that the Tyrant works, you might want to get as many extra summons for pets with a lot of health from your honor towns in order to make a play there. But I don't know if it was really able to, because it is super hard. Gonna be a big Boss Scourge Bombers dropping in from onto Grot Lisa. Daedra catching up on a lot of that health. And Grot Lisa is actually given himself, is actually given a full challenge. Normally a Warlock isn't that challenging for a Shadow Priest. Normally you just go for a bit of CC. As long as you can juke a kick, you're good to go. Get in the silence on a Daedra as he does summon up a pet. As a Vile Fiend joins the fight for a little bit extra sustain, sending a pet of his own onto Daedra with a Psi Fiend. As Daedra is going to go for a Drain Life on that pet. Grot Lisa, next time you have a stun CC chain, you might actually be able to do something. Stun by Daedra, dropping down the Boss Scourge Bombers. Grot Lisa looking to get the hell out of there. Does get himself a Greater Fade. If Daedra's in a line of sight of Gralisa when they go for a heal, he could interrupt it. Try to go for Azure Beam. Daedra knows not to interrupt it. He knows not to interrupt that beam. He's going to get a Mortal Call into Gralisa, get himself at least a bit of a health catch-up, drain life for a second. Mind control interrupted. And AJ is just looking to recover a little bit. Getting the pets up and running. It's going to be a tyrant. Trying to put that guy on cooldown. And looking to maybe get some damage on Gralisa. Gets a stun onto Daedra. Maybe you can go in if you're on Tyrant. The Tyrant is doing some damage. Daedra going in for drain life. As long as nothing stops, you might be able to survive this. Trying to get another Fear into Gralisa. But the Shadow Priest does take it. And at the very, very end, 2 Warlocks down for Team 2 with Tendril. As number 3, going to be up next. Fury Warrior try to go for a reflect. The Fear cannot get reflected, however. It looks like Gralisa is not going to reflect any of VT's back to himself. Looks like Tendril does not have... Oh, he does have Pummel. Looks like he kind of had delayed Pummel there. And the Shadow Priest goes in for a Mind Control. It is going to be delayed or DR'd because of the Fear. The Fear does DR with the Mind Control. But I think the Shadow Priest in this situation could still get a lot of heals. Tendril better get a lot of ramp up pressure going. You're going to be able to break out of the storm pretty quickly with that Trinket. And he needs a lot of pressure in order to get Gralisa down. There could be a disperse available for the Shadow Priest, trying to get all the ZPs into Tendril, who does go for a little bit of that Reflect available. He got himself Ignore Pain up and running too. That's a lot of damage. Gralisa caught up on a lot of health though. The Tendril needs to find a way to maybe get a lot of this pressure rolling. Either just surviving Gralisa for a little bit by going for Ignore Pains, getting those interrupts, going for Fears when Gralisa goes in for big damage or big heals. Azure Beam trying to come out. He's just gonna have to take it to the face. Actually goes in for a Fear onto it and gets a lot of pressure on the Shadow Priest. Might actually just have him here. Execute's coming out. It looks like Tendril just out of nowhere found himself the courage, the muster, the rage needed in order to land those big Executes back to back. And he is gonna be burning in the Zot Trinket on top of it. Interesting. The Shadow Priest damage. Esper's damage is going to be up next. Tendril does go for a Dwarven Racial. Puts himself in a horror for a second, but does take off all those dots. Actually, I think he'd take off DP as well and everything, so that's a perfect play for him. But Esper's damage still got a lot of damage for Tendril. Going to be hitting him in the Fear for a second. The Fear breaks pretty quickly. Does get the interrupt on the Shadow. Does Tendril have enough damage? That's going to be a bit of a disperse and cancel disperse, and Esper's damage goes down. Was that a disperse canceled? It looked like he canceled his disperse. Or am I wrong about that? That's going to be... The Fury Warrior taking him out. The Fury Warrior got some damage in there. Necros is going to be up next. Sub-Rogue. Popping off evasion pretty early on. Reaping Flame and the dress onto Tendril. Is not really going to have a lot of ways to heal himself. Does Bopper reflect? Not really sure what he can reflect against the Rogue. But that's a lot of Shadow Strikes though, either way. Shadow Strikes and Shadowy Blades. Trying to get a slow onto Necros. Not going to be able to get it. Shadow Step coming out. Does he get a slow? Needs to land those hamstring on Necros to make sure he doesn't go anywhere. And Tendril looks like he barely takes any damage in health. No Zot Trinket available. Does get hit with a blind. Doesn't stay that long at all. And Necros does go for a Vanish. Unless Tendril can maybe somehow get him out with a Whirlwind. No, he's not going to be able to. Unless he could time maybe a Zerker's Rage and then Whirlwind at a random. I don't think he's going to be able to. I think the Rogue is just going to go behind the pillar and just kind of reset it for a bit. He's going to reset. Chillax. Tendril got himself some damage though. Fury Warriors. I think the only Fury Warriors we really get to see are Cat. And we also get to see Kragar, but both of them play very defensively as Fury Warriors. Not too much aggression. And Tendril might be one of the first few Fury Warriors to play super aggro. Unless it's maybe just a damage, a difference in like health as well as gear. Tendril trying to get some damage to Necros. Necros looking like it was a backup. No evasion available. Tendril, I think, is waiting for a charge. As soon as the Rogue maybe goes behind the pillar. Does he have a charge to connect? I think he's expecting a step from the Rogue. Goes in for a leap. Hit shot comes out, but Necros able to get all the dots up and running. Big dress on the Tendril. He takes the damage to the face. Does have himself Recklessness available as well. The Zot Trinket is going to give him a little bit of that sustainability. Short charge to Necros. And looking to land those executes really close. Crucible 1. And I think it's going to be down. I think it's going to be down. Tendril coming back as a Fury Warrior with 3 kills back to back. Lots of healing too. So maybe if Dampen was a little higher, that might have been a lot harder.